Hey everyone, welcome to another Commercial Integrators 3-question interview. Today we are very lucky to be joined by Neil Willis of Hypersign. Neil, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, glad to be here.
It's great to have you. We've been talking distance learning solutions, which have really become a necessity for many schools during COVID. But the benefits of distance learning systems can last for many years, even once COVID is behind us. Can you explain a little bit how distance learning systems can benefit education institutions, even once COVID is kind of out of sight, out of mind?
Yeah, I think the whole COVID scenario has kind of opened up opportunities for this environment to be able to really expand. And I think it allows the distance learning system, the way they're being designed now, allows in a remote student, so it doesn't matter where they are, even off campus, to participate and actually view what's going on in the classroom like they were physically there. So that gives them almost like a transporting type of environment. So for the university or the college, it expands their reach to where the students don't necessarily have to be checking in and physically coming to the classroom. They could be anywhere in the world. And for the student, the benefit is it gives them a real classroom experience as opposed to just a talking head of the instructor or the professor. It gives them like they're in the classroom. Your production quality cameras, high-end engineered audio. They get a real, almost like a virtual experience in a sense, like you would inside of gaming. So that would be the benefit for the university and college, is just expanding their reach to what would normally be their student base as opposed to being just local.
I know Hypersign has a product called the Arena that
Right.
really fits into distance learning environments and environments like it. Can you tell us a little bit about the Arena and what it is and what it does in these kind of applications?
Yeah, so when you think about the arena, think about actually a single performer or instructor, whether you're surrounded by people observing that particular activity. And same thing inside these classroom environments. And the arena is actually a broadcast or a live event system that allows the instructor, or what we call the host, to control the content that's being used on the opposite side. So as opposed to being in a video conferencing type of setup where you may see multiple squares of people inside this meeting, this is a live event scenario. And on top of that, we're putting broadcast quality video and engineered audio into the solution to really provide a high quality environment. This is expanded from our initial rollout in June. Our initial rollout was Arena, the standard Arena, which was 100% virtual audience. So you'd have a wall of remote attendees or students, in this case with college. And then we had universities saying, well, so we want some physical students could possibly be there. So maybe a split. So then we have what we call a HyFlex. And the HyFlex Arena actually has some physical students. And then on the back, we had the Arena wall. And then last month, we made an announcement that we're working with a lot of sports entities to where we have now the Arena fan wall. And now this is virtual fans that actually can come to sporting events, whether it be collegiate sports, or I'm actually at NASCAR's headquarters. I'm actually here in NASCAR working with them on some scenarios we're dealing with them. So now we have three different versions of the Arena, but it's basically the same software package. It's just a high quality live event solution, allowing interaction with questions, viewing that host or instructor in a really high quality view, and making it just extremely accessible like you would a sample web conferencing environment. So.
Yeah, I mean, very cool stuff, and obviously a lot of applications for it. And
Sure.
I know that Hypersign really prides itself on providing turnkey solutions and having partnerships that really benefit integrators. Can you tell us a little bit more about this and why integrators should work with Hypersign?
Well, I came actually from the AV integration industry. I owned an integration company for 11 years, and then spun off Hypersign. So we know the channel very well, and I know resellers and the whole AV business in a sense too, AV and IT. And partnerships and stuff we end up having, like with Planar Displays. They're the largest LED manufacturer in the world. They're actually equity owners of Hypersign. We work with Shure Audio, which is a recognized brand inside the AV industry. We work with Jabra, as far as on the end user side. So there's a lot of partnerships we do to provide a really strong solution, and that integrators would recognize the brands. We're not going to sit there and say, okay, we do 100% of everything. We rest on these partnerships that we have by providing the software component of it and being just a world-class software company. And that allows us to stretch across the entire visual communications gamut, from digital signage to interactive wayfinding to room sign solutions to meeting and collaboration solutions inside of meeting rooms to now the arena for these live events. So and it's these partnerships that allow us to expand. As a small South Carolina-based software company, we can end up being a global company by having these relationships we have.
Yeah, well, I know our audience will really appreciate hearing from an integrator, one of their peers. If
Yeah.
anyone wants to learn more about Hypersign, what you guys provide, about the arena, how can they find you guys? How can they reach out?
We've got a fantastic creative and marketing team that puts us all over social media. So anywhere on Instagram and Facebook, LinkedIn, look up Hypersign and we should come up first. Also, if you go to hypersign.com and give us a call and reach out to our team, and we're doing demos every day. We do demos of the software. And so, yeah, we're pretty accessible. So our team actually is there, very responsive to resellers as well as end users alike. They're interested in the solution.
Well, I encourage everyone to reach out, check out the website, learn more about this up and coming company. Neil Willis of Hypersign, thank you so much for joining us today.
All right. Thank you, Val. Have a good day.